Welcome to Car and Bike. My name is Girish and this here is the B6E or BE6E, which is a line of electric SUVs that Mahindra first previewed when it opened the design center in the UK around 2 years ago. It's a SUV coupe and will compete in the sub 20 lakh categories. So let us look at what it is all about. But before that, do subscribe to the Car and Bike channel if you haven't already, and don't forget to hit the bell icon so that you don't miss out on any of our updates. Now, the B range of vehicles uses the same hardcore design philosophy that is being used for other electric origin SUVs as well. However, they have done is they have given it a more youthful. It's supposed to be for a younger audience, so it is more bolder, more edgy compared to say the XEV90 that we also spoke about on our channel earlier. So if you look at the design, it's much more bolder. It has more lines, more prominent lines. They've also tried to spruce up the front with an extra panel that is almost like a front wing on the bonnet. And there are a lot of bold, stronger lines that define the overall design character of this car. In terms of body style, you can still say that it is an SUV coupe, and it is not sub 4 meter, it is around 4.3 meters in length. The width of this car is identical to the bigger XEV90. The wheelbase is also the same, which is at 2775 millimeters, so it's pretty long. The overhangs, however, are very small compared to the XEV, and that really gives it a nice sporty stance. If you come to the side, the ground clearance is roughly 200 plus millimeters. However, it is important to note that the lowest portion of this car is not the battery pack which is underneath the car. So this is one of the advantages of having an all new electric platform. Otherwise, when it is an adaptation of an ICE platform, then this advantage is lost because the battery pack needs to come underneath the car as well. Now, just like the bigger XEV, this can also be a bit of a polarizing design because it's bold, it's in your face, it's really strong, and it has bold panels. You see there is not a single monotonous panel anywhere. Every panel has some sort of line, some sort of crease, some sort of color. The B6E comes with 19-inch alloy wheels as standard fitment with an option of 20 inches as well. On the side again, they've given it flush door handles, and the rear door handle is in the C-pillar, as is the case in the bigger XEV as well. So this continues with that design theme of a bold, edgy car. You can say it's a bit polarizing, but do let us know in the comments what you think of this design, and let us look at what else does this car have to offer. So if you're looking for a car that is of course electric, but something that is different, striking, and possibly you're okay with people staring at you or glaring at you, this car could fit the bill. It can be very practical. Mahindra is giving it a lifetime battery warranty, which is like a big deal. Prices start at around 18.9 lakhs or so, sub 20 lakh price tag as well. However, that is for the base model. Once again, like the other Born Electric SUV, this will also come with 3 trim levels, 1, 2 and 3. This is the top variant, with prices going to roughly, we estimate, around 25 lakh plus. So it will come with 2 charging options. You can either get a 7.2 kilowatt hour standard charger or an 11 kilowatt hour fast charger, and the timing to charge this car would be in the range of 8 to 12 hours with the slow charger, and between 6 and 9 hours with the fast charger, to very similar times as the bigger car with the bigger battery. Again, this car will come with 59 kilowatt hour and 79 kilowatt hour battery pack, and the range would be around 500 kilometers. So a very practical choice for someone who is using it for a personal use, not a big family because it's not a very spacious car. So someone who's looking as an individual or a small family, this car could make a lot of sense. The B6E's interiors sort of reflect or resonate with what the exterior is all about. Again, it's very funky, it's very in your face, it pretty stands out. The biggest thing that you notice when you sit in the car is how they build this mini cockpit around the driver, including this panel, and it kind of wraps around the driver. They even tried to give you buttons that remind of the airplane cockpit. So definitely much more sportier interiors, but also that is when you realize that how it is all a bit of a cozy fit, a bit too tight, if I may say so. Now the wheelbase of this B6E is identical to the bigger XEV9E, but when you sit inside the car or even when you try to enter, you realize how cramped it is. You need to bend down a little bit more because the height is lower and the windows are smaller. Driving wise, this has the same torque as the bigger car. In terms of steering feel, this is overall at slow speeds, it's a little bit heavier. Because of the weight and the lower center of gravity, straight line stability is more or less in place. It's a little bit bouncier than you want it to be, but with slightly smaller dimensions and little lesser weight, but as much power. This is definitely a more fun car to drive and goes well with the overall ambience that they've tried to create with a cockpit feel with the interiors. Space at the rear can be a bit of a concern for bigger families. Seats are not the most plush and the floor feels a little higher than it should have been. So definitely a driver's car is what the B6E is, and it will be most appreciated by the driver. May not be a passenger's delight. So if you are a big family, you might be better off with the bigger XEV, but if you are a smaller family or a young couple, this could just work well for you.